The real reason you flex your arms in the golf swing has nothing to do with your arms at all. And today I'm going to share with you the real reason why you flex your arms in the backswing, the downswing, and the follow through, and put you on the path to the most consistent ball striking you've ever experienced. Keeping the arms straight throughout the golf swing is generally considered a basic fundamental that is demonstrated by the vast majority of the best players, and conversely, the poorest ball strikers who top the ball and mishit the ball consistently will find that their arms are flexing much more than they should. But as I've already said, it's not for the reason you think. And in today's video, we're going to discuss that. Why do golfers flex their arms, and what can we do about providing you with a solution to that problem? First of all, let's just look at the arms and how they move and how they bend. So the elbow joint is a flexion and extension joint, meaning it flexes as you bring your hand closer to your shoulder, and extension would be moving the arm or the hand away from your shoulder and straightening the arm. So flexion and extension is really the thing to understand, because it's the flexion of your other parts of your body that's causing your arms to bend as well. I've already hit a couple of shots where I've stayed bent over in my follow through and where I've extended my body in the follow through. The act of extending my body, my legs, my pelvis, my spine, the act of extending and straightening up in the follow through helps to throw my arms out towards the target, helping me to keep them straight. Conversely, I hit another shot where I stayed more flexed. So that's the knee, the pelvis, the thorax, the spine itself, the head, the neck, everything bent down or flexed. And that encourages the arms and the elbows to flex as well. So we're going to use GOLFTEC's optimotion system today to help you see those differences. We'll also measure them in 3D so you can actually get an understanding of those parts. And then we'll get back onto the mat and show you the drill that you need in order to fix this problem. So let's take a look at what I mean by flexion versus extension in the other parts of the swing. If we jump onto the GOLFTEC monitors and look at the optimotion and the follow through, these are the two shots I hit. The one on the right being the arm straight version of the swing, and the one on the left being the arms bent. And I'll draw it back to that shaft parallel position in a minute, but I just want to demonstrate here using our optimotion technology exactly what I'm discussing here. So on the right it says shoulder bend 31 degrees B or backwards. That's suggesting that the upper thorax, if you like, is pointing up to the sky, or said another way, that my shoulders are bent backwards, my spine is bent slightly backwards in this fashion right here. That's what 31 degrees of backward bend looks like. PGA Tour average 32 degrees of backward bend, and so that falls very much within the range. On the left hand side you'll see a very different looking golf swing where I've retained forward bend. The 6 degrees of forward bend is the chest still pointing down, or the spine leaning forwards. This is the reason that your arms are bending. This is the bit that you need to fix. The other cool thing here at GOLFTEC is we can measure the lead arm flex, so how much that lead arm is bent throughout the swing. As I bring the swing on the left towards impact, you'll notice how the lead elbow is already flexed somewhat, some 14 degrees. I would say that there's room for a little bit of flex in the arms. They're not perfectly straight throughout the entire swing, but again, the better players would tend to see that their numbers stayed closer to zero. The poorer players would be fluctuating and changing that arm bend excessively. As we reach impact, the elbow on the left is flexed 10 degrees. And as I move into the follow through, it never reaches straight. It only gets as straight as 9 degrees before flexing up again and beginning to flex excessively in the follow through. And the flexion is not just in the arm. We've said it's already in the spine, the pelvis is still bent forwards, and that trail knee is really flexed as well. So as we switch across to the right hand side, which is the better version of the swing, you'll notice how the lead elbow is flexed 0 degrees as I hit the ball, and that 0 number continues into the follow through. It continues all the way to the point where my arms are parallel to the ground, and that would be the checkpoint that you're looking for as well. And in order to achieve that, I'm bent my shoulders backwards already at this point. If we compare that with the picture on the right, you're going to see that my shoulders are bent forwards 15 degrees. That's a huge difference of 17 degrees bend forwards and backwards in my spine that's allowing me to keep my arms straight on the right, but it's making me flex them on the left. So to summarize, the way you move your body through the ball matters tremendously. It's the thing that's affecting your arm bend. It's not your chicken wing by itself that's the problem. It's the way that you're moving your body through the ball. All the way to the follow through, the golfer on the right keeps extending, the golfer on the left continues to stay flexed. Staying flexed doesn't just affect your arm bend, it also causes you to swing much, much slower as well. So not only are you striking the ball less well than you should be, you're also losing power and distance potential as well. So now you know the difference between flexion and extension. This exercise is going to help you to move your body correctly into the follow through, to eliminate that chicken wing and help you keep those arms as straight as you can. And you'll notice from my video that I just shared with you how the arms should really stay straight until they're about parallel with the ground, before such time as the left arm certainly begins to flex a little bit. So this exercise is designed to take you from impact or just before impact and learn to do the follow through correctly. Take one of these sticks, this alignment stick most of you will have in your golf bag. It's longer than a regular golf club, which really helps this exercise. We're going to set up and hold it at the end with our golf grip and take our golf stance or posture and position the stick behind the position of impact. So impact, or the ball, would usually be in and around this location. I'm going to place it behind me on the ground, so it's at an angle like this. Now, the task here is to drag the stick along the ground all the way to where the ball would be and beyond, and then bring the stick away from the ground all the time without changing my wrist or my arm flex at all. So my arms are straight here just before I reach the ball, and the only way for me to get this stick along the ground and away from the ground is to learn to do the extension of the legs, the pelvis, and the spine correctly. You'll notice how my head stays very centered as I do this, and my arms stay super straight. I'm not allowed to bring this club away, this stick away from the ground by bending my limbs. I can't stay flexed over and bend my limbs like so. So this is the exercise, dry drills, dragging the stick along the ground, extending all of the parts of your body until the arms and the stick are parallel to the ground in the follow through, with the arms completely straight. One extremely important point to note when doing this exercise: you must do it with your weight forwards. The reason most of you are staying bent over in the first place is because your weight's too far back. So put the weight on the front and then extend from the ground up. The knees are going to straighten, the pelvis is going to push underneath you, the spine is going to keep extending and tilting, but you have to do it with your weight forward. If you did this with your weight back, notice that the stick would begin to ascend well before the ball, and so you'd top the ball. So put the weight forwards, put the stick back on the ground, drag it along the ground, straighten all of your limbs, and hold this follow through position. And once you've got a sense of that and how it feels and exactly where to stop, you can go ahead and make some practice swings with a golf club, stopping in the same place. And then of course, when you get to the point where you feel like you're able to repeat that, we can hit balls trying to do exactly the same exercise. Notice the finish position, arms and club parallel to the ground, legs straight, spine extended, chest up. That's the real way to keep your arms straight. Learn how to use your body and how to move your body to influence how the arms move in the follow through. Don't try to force them straight. You've probably already tried that and you realize that doesn't work. Forcing the arms straight is not the correct solution. Learning to extend the rest of your body is the right way to do this. So now you know the correct way to keep your arms straight. You can use that exercise to your benefit. You know that bending backwards and extending your body is going to help you to keep your arms straight while staying bent forwards, and turning is going to encourage them to bend even more. Extension and flexion is basic human motion, and it's used to catapult the body in many different ways in many other sports. You think of someone trying to jump high, they go from very much in a flex condition to springing up and lifting, and as they spring and lift, their arms get thrown away from their body. That's what's happening here, and that's why you should practice doing your golf swing like this. For the vast majority of you watching this, you won't need to go beyond this drill. This drill will teach you everything you need to know in terms of arms and wrist structure in the follow through. But if you want to go ahead and learn how to do the arms straight and the perfect structure in the backswing, then go and watch this video next, which talks about how to train your arms and wrists in the backswing, not only to keep them straight, but also to build a most powerful and repeatable backswing.